Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dangerous Relationship. We are on Taiga Saeba's route, on Chapter 7, where the misunderstandings lead. I don't want misunderstandings! Let's hope I get over them fast. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. We need to talk about the wardrobe tomorrow. Taiga?
Sorry, what?
What in the world are you thinking about? Are you okay? Are you tired? Lately, Taiga's been zoning out way more often than usual. Rather, it was as if he was constantly thinking about something.
Tired? You have no idea. You don't have time to sleep when you're begging for it so much.
He flicked a coy smile in my direction. I wanted to yell back saying it was all his idea, but I bit my tongue. He wouldn't let me say anything either, since his lips were closing in on me quick. It started off as just a touch, but soon became more and more intense. Beep beep. But then his phone started to ring and stopped it from going any farther.
Damn it.
He snapped at the phone while picking it up. Usually he would let the voicemail screen his calls. However, today when he looked at the screen, a troubled expression grew on his face. The phone rang and rang noisily, beeping away. Aren't you going to answer it?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Huh? The phone in his hand, he left the waiting room. He's never hid any secrets from me before. Is this about him going overseas? His attitude made it pretty obvious if he tried to anyway. Even if female models called, he would answer with me right there. As soon as he hung up, he would whine and complain about them even. On one hand, it bothered me, but it was reassuring to know he wasn't up to anything. But this time was different. He had walked out on me so I wouldn't hear. Worry grew inside of me the more I thought about it. Click. Taiga closed the door to the waiting room and flopped heavily into the seat. He looked like he was thinking about something hard, so I didn't say anything to him. I wasn't sure what to do. Don't ask. Oh, if he wants to talk about it, he will. Glancing at his troubled face, our eyes met.
What?
Nothing.
Well, I'm going to take a nap. Call me when it's time.
Okay. Saying nothing more, he took a nap before I got ready to head off for Osaka.
Later.
See you in 2 days. I wouldn't be able to see him again until the day after tomorrow. He had a fashion show in Osaka to go to and wouldn't be back until then. It would only be 1 day apart, but we spent almost all our time together. That made it seem like a much longer time than it really was. Also, the call I got weighed on my mind too. On top of it, I remembered his face that night when he said he was worried. Just worrying about it isn't going to get me anywhere. Fortunately, when he got back from his trip, he would have a day off. I was off too, so we could spend it together. When I asked him if he wanted to do something, he just said it would be a pain in the butt. Though he smiled when he said that, he had to be looking forward to it too. Still fresh with his scent, I hugged his clothes tight. I picked up the phone to send a message to Tiga. His show in Osaka was scheduled to finish a little while ago. As soon as I started to type a message, my phone started to ring. When I saw who it was from, a sick feeling spread into my gut. The chief was calling me. Hello?
Hello, you were off tomorrow, right?
Uh-oh. Do I have to work for Akira? Don't tell me.
Yup, sorry. Someone asked for you.
But tomorrow... I was supposed to go on a date with Tiga tomorrow. I refrained from telling the chief that, however. For some reason I have to accept it, but I don't want to. Does it have to be me no matter what?
He's asking for you, so yeah.
Fine.
Good to hear.
So, who am I signed to anyway?
Mr. Senba.
Akira Senba?
Right, the Sonogi guy.
Hearing his name made me dizzy. Why did it have to be him?
He's all yours now. Good luck.
When the phone call ended, I felt like I was about to throw up. I have to tell Tiga about this. Knowing he was excited to spend the day off, it made it hard for me to tell him. He might be busy finishing up, so I left a message for him to call me afterward. A moment after I sent it, my phone rang. It was from Tiga. Hello, Tiga?
Yo.
You busy? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you after the show.
I left.
Really?
Girls and their perfume smelled like crap, so I got out of there.
Where are you now?
The hotel.
Oh, how was the show?
Just fine.
Nice. What's with these short sentences? He had left looking troubled, so I was glad to hear him acting like normal.
Did you have something to tell me?
Yeah, about tomorrow.
Did you decide where we're going?
You
better do it quick or I'll take you to a love hotel.
I don't mind. That's fine with me. About that.
Say it already.
I have to work tomorrow. Only silence came from the line. Sorry.
Whatever. I wanted to sleep anyway.
Hearing his sullen voice over the phone made my heart twinge with pain. Mine too. Talk to you later then.
Okay.
So we're not going to tell him about Akira? After the call was over, I let out a sigh. I hadn't been able to tell him I'd be working for Akira tomorrow. Perhaps he didn't need to know. It was just work anyway. You know he's going to find out. That's just how these things work. I used that excuse to hide my guilty feelings and tossed the phone on the bed. Not a moment after, it started ringing again. Flustered and surprised, I picked it up. Taiga?
You're slow.
Sorry. What's wrong?
I can't sleep.
Are you feeling sick or something?
Come.
Huh?
Come to Osaka. I can't sleep without Dirili.
He mumbled over the phone, as if talking to himself. You know I can't, silly. I'm hanging up.
You're useless.
I know. Sorry.
When do you finish tomorrow?
It's the Roppongi studio, so we'll probably run late into the evening.
Well, I can meet you after if you want.
When I pictured his poor lonely face, it made me laugh.
What's so funny?
Nothing. I'd like that.
We should go to that crummy cafe.
Oh, got it. He must have been talking about the cafe and bar run by the older gentleman. Sure, that sounds good.
Who is it tomorrow?
Oh, he just had to ask. Huh?
Who are you assigned to?
Kei Toyonaga. Oh, Dirili. Why? You're gonna get caught in that lie. I felt terrible for lying, but I had no choice.
He couldn't act his way out of a parking ticket.
Laughing at his own joke, I felt guilty as ever hearing the cheer in his voice. Good morning. Plastering a smile to my face, I entered into the waiting room.
Dirili.
Akira jumped up and would have nearly tackled me had I not been ready for it. You're hosting a variety show today, right?
Yeah.
Then let's go with something warm. Red will look good on you. How about this?
That's a bit too gaudy for me.
Then this? You can wear red socks to bring out the accent. And this hat, too. It'll deliver a bit of a shock factor, I think, and then...
Whoa, stop.
Yes?
Enough about the clothes for a second. Let's just talk.
We don't have time for that, do we? I came here for work.
Wow, you're awfully serious about work. That's not a bad thing, though.
I don't really know what to talk about, though.
Ugh.
Akira threw himself back, like he'd been stabbed through the heart. It was so preposterous and over the top that it made me laugh.
There's your smile. You looked so bitter before.
I did? Perhaps thinking so hard about Tiga made me too stubborn and unfriendly. I reminded myself that this was just work, so I could just behave like normal.
Why are you acting so cold to me? Do you hate me?
No, not at all. It's work, though.
Are you all business with Tiga too?
Hearing his name so suddenly made my heart skip a beat. Why did you bring him up?
Well, you get along with him so well.
I guess.
I hear you work pretty exclusively with him now.
That's because working with him is helping me learn how to do my job.
For sure. I thought it was because he requested it.
Yeah?
Because it's obvious he likes you.
You think so? I don't get that impression.
Oh, totally. I can tell because I like you too.
His friendly smile flashed at me, surrounded by his warm, blushing cheeks. I don't know what to say. It was hard for me to reject him because of how nice a person he was. How easy could it be just to tell him the truth? But if I did, it would ruin everything. It wasn't allowed here for stylists and stars to have a relationship. If anyone knew, it would be disastrous.
That makes us rivals for you. Still, he'll soon be.
Akira cut himself short when he put his hands over his mouth.
Well, this is off record, but
What? Do you know something?
No, never mind. It'll soon be public anyway. Where are my clothes now?
He stood up and talked about work to throw me off. Right here, but...
Oh, great. That's perfect.
Akira smiled and gave me a thumbs up. I'll step out. Let me know when you're done changing.
You can stay if you want.
Oh, he's not shy. He teased me as I shut the door behind me. Later, I watched his entire recording, but remembered none of it. I was too busy wondering what the news with Taiga could be.
Dirili, there you are.
Yes, here I am. Akira ran straight for me after the filming was over. Nice work out there.
How was it?
It was very interesting. That's a terrible answer.
Don't give me that. Tell me what you really thought.
Unfortunately, I hadn't watched at all. Unable to comment on anything, I was stuck for words.
What's wrong?
Ask about Taiga. I wanted to ask you something.
Sure, whatever you want.
It's about Taiga.
Oh, Taiga?
Yeah. In the waiting room, you said Taiga would soon be doing something.
You that stuck up on it?
Well, yeah. I'm working with him, so... It was a weak excuse, but I couldn't say anything else.
I guess only hearing half of it would make you curious.
Fortunately, Akira believed my excuse without casting any doubts.
You can't tell anyone. It's really off the record. I promise not to say anything.
Okay, I won't. I promise.
Taiga was scouted by a foreign company. He's going to be moving overseas pretty soon, I hear.
No way! The staff had already cleared away the set and left only Akira and I alone in the studio.
It's true. It's terrible that he never even told you.
I didn't realize at the time that was scorn in his voice. Taiga was leaving the country. When the truth sunk in my head, everything went blank in my mind. I knew it was true because of the rumors I've heard. Plus, Taiga had talked about being worried about something lately. He took phone calls away from me, and a lot was on his mind. All the pieces of the puzzle began to take place.
Dirili?
Akira waved his hand in front of me to catch my attention.
Are you okay? Must be a shock to you, him leaving like that. You know what they say, though. That's one less rival for me to worry about.
That's what they say?
I'm serious about you, you know. I pretended not to know, but you really like Taiga, don't you?
My heart slammed against my chest nervously when he said that. Huh?
I'm right, aren't I? You probably thought I was too dense to figure it out, but I know.
His typical amiable smile wiped completely off his face.
You're dating him, but he's leaving. What are you going to do then?
Dating? No.
Liar, don't tell me you're not dating. You like him, he likes you. Am I wrong?
He wanted nothing more than to shout out that he was right. Though the world shouldn't know the personal life of someone as famous as him.
You don't have to say it, I know. That was you in the photograph.
What photograph?
The magazine. It's easy to tell, even with the mosaic. I like you. Of course I'd see it's you.
Why did you pretend not to know anything?
If I said I knew, you wouldn't even let me close to you. You're always watching him, no one else. It was my only chance. Dirili.
Yeah?
Go out with me. I'll make you much happier than he can.
He glided close to me and put his arms around me. It all happened so suddenly that I didn't even have time to react. Let go! Push him away! I'm not gonna kick him, that would be too mean. I pushed him with all my might, shoving him away.
Ugh.
The strength of my arms was no match for his might. He grabbed around me, this time holding tighter than ever. Hey!
Listen, I like you a lot. Seriously, I do. Since I laid my eyes on you, I fell in love at first sight.
Let go of me!
You might like Taiga now, whatever. But soon enough he'll be gone. I'll be there to make you happy.
Taiga gone?
That's right, he's leaving, without even telling you a word.
Hearing that sapped all the strength left in me. You don't know that! He might be trying to decide if he wants to ask you to go with him or not. I could hardly believe it, but it was true. Having lost my will to fight, Akira stroked my head soothingly.
It's okay. I'm here for you. I'll make you happy. Isn't this better for everybody, Taiga?
Huh? I spun quickly around toward the studio entrance. There, standing at the door, was Taiga. His face wasn't sad or lonely, but instead showed the cruel visage of betrayal. I hope you heard the whole conversation. Oh, good God. Who'd have thought Akira could be so conniving and mean? He seems so innocent and sweet. Well, I'm definitely not stopping there for the night. I'm heading right over into the next chapter, so I hope to see you there or in one of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.